hello. EOS is very cool, and I am here with Claudio of Unico. It's very nice to meet you. Hello.
Hi there. Nice to meet you.
This is actually the first time I get to meet you, and I got introduced to your project, and it sounds really cool. So this interview, how it's going to work is we do have a couple of questions. You already have them anyways. And yeah, I'll just kind of start off, and I would love to learn more through this. So how about we start off with the first one, which is, could you introduce yourself and your dApp to everybody?
Right, sure. Okay, as for myself, let's say straight away, it's in Unico, we are 4 co-founders, and we are all kind of serial entrepreneurs, all from Italy. As for myself, I'm a former research scientist in theoretical physics, who at some point moved on to management and entrepreneurship several years ago, I would say. So my managerial life, I've been head of technology transfer at CERN. CERN is a very cool place in Geneva. It's the greatest physics lab in the world, where the World Wide Web was born. Very cool place. So I spent some time there. Later, I left CERN. I co-founded my first startup, which was a drone and robotics company doing advanced sensors, and this company is doing very well. And finally, 3 years ago, I got hooked to the blockchain world. I entered this ecosystem and could not do without it. So that's for myself. So as I said, the team comprises 4 co-founders, all from Italy, all entrepreneurs, and then we have several other team members. I mean, key team members include people like Sayed Jeffrey, who is a very big EOS expert. You I probably know him. He's a member of EOS Cafe Calgary, producer, very cool guy, very competent. Another one is Zenel Batageli from cofound.it, which is a Slovenian firm advising on blockchain projects. And we have several developers, we have marketing people, and okay, that's the team. As for the dApp itself, what's the point of our dApp? The key thing is that it enables everybody to create, sell, and trade limited edition crypto collectibles on the EOS blockchain. So that's in one sentence. In addition, we have developed a proprietary protocol, which we call Me Here and Now, which kind of has a digital proof of attendance on any collectible if you attend selected events. Now, to make an example out of it, suppose you go to a concert from your Eminem fan. You go to a concert, you have your collectible in your smartphone, and then you get checked in when you are at the concert venue, and you get something like a digital stamp of it, which is a proof of attendance. You were there on that very day, at that very time. So this is kind of a digital analog of getting your concert ticket in your hand and having it signed, autographed by the star. It's a perfect digital analog of an autograph. So these are the key, again, in one sentence, this is what we do. This is what our dApp does.
Oh, very interesting. I actually love that example with the whole concert, because
right, yeah.
I was like, oh, that is really cool. It's a really good example. So, I mean, how did you come up with this idea? Like, what was the basis behind creating this dApp?
Right. Okay, let's say that over a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, we realized that there were some early digital collectible players, people involved in collectible cars and stuff like that, especially in the US, which were growing fast. However, the product was far from perfect in our opinion, because since everything lived in a corporate database, it lacked perennity, provable scarcity, and liquidity to some extent. So the first idea was just to link digital collectibles to blockchain-based tokens, which solves many challenges in that sense. In the meantime, the CryptoKitty mania exploded. So we started looking into what CryptoKitty was doing. And okay, the strong point was being the first blockchain-based digital collectible, releasing these unique pretty kitties. However, we felt that something was missing to make it a, say, long-term success. And what we feel was missing is the huge variety of content, which is typical of collectibles in the real world. Because in the real world, every artist on the planet can create a collectible. I mean, from street artists to digital creators, whoever. I mean, there is a huge variety of collectible content, because there's a huge variety of people creating collectibles. So we decided that the key point towards mass adoption of crypto collectibles was to decentralize content creation. If you think about it, crypto collectible is everything is a smart contract, obviously, but what is still centralized is the creation of the collectibles. It happens thanks to a team of developers and designers. So we want to decentralize content creation, so enabling any digital creator on the planet to create and sell his own crypto collectible. So we built what we call a crypto collectibles as a service platform.
Oh, very interesting.
Story.
Well, no, I completely get your point too, because yeah, it is centralized by the developers and whoever kind of makes that content. So this is a very interesting take. And so you're what area or where are you in development at the moment with this dApp?
Right. Okay. Let's play the issue. On the technical side, I would say our MVP, minimum viable product, is ready. Okay. We have a beta app, Android, iOS. Our smart contract is on the Jungle testnet and will be on mainnet very, very soon. So the next steps on the tech timeline is, first, we release a user-friendly web interface enabling anybody to buy collectibles. So just a web page which is easy to use. Next, we release a decentralized marketplace to trade the collectibles between P2P trading between collectors using, again, the same smart contract. And the final step is releasing the collectible creation platform. So we're going to make a kind of YouTube for crypto collectibles. So you are a creative digital guy, you upload content, you decide the edition size, so how many instances exist, and price, and then you sell and you make money. Incidentally, in order to build the product, we've been led to formulate the very first proposal for a non-fungible token standard on EOS, which you can find on our GitHub. And this has raised quite a bit of interest from developers. So we set up a group and manage a Telegram group for NFT developers on EOS, and about 75 people are in there. So that's on the technical side. On the community side, today we have something like 3,500 people in our main Telegram channel, and we had 2,000 downloads of the app so far, probably. Incidentally, I encourage you to download our app and the download links are on the unico.global website. If you download the app, you join our bounty, you will get free tokens, by the way. Anyway, on the finance side, last year we ran successfully a very, very small pre-ICO, I would call it. Currently, we are talking to a couple of potential investors who will help us prepare a full-size ICO that will take place after the summer. Cannot release the details yet because there are a few pending items, but that's the roadmap.
Oh, very interesting. Okay, so you guys have been going. Well, you have a lot going on. Wow, I was going to say.
Yeah, we're not getting bored.
Well, no, absolutely not. I mean, with how, big this is probably going to be and all the information that it takes to make it happen. Yeah, you're definitely busy, I'm sure. So with the average, I guess with the average dApp user, are they going to need anything specific in order to, it's hard because there's going to be creators and then there's just going to be traders, buyers, right? Let's say if you were someone who wanted to purchase an item, what would you need to have in terms of is it only going to be through EOS that you trade with? Do you need any bandwidth? Do you need any CPU, any RAM storage?
Right.
Do you know at the moment?
Sure, yeah. Okay, first of all, we recommend everybody downloads our app because first purchase, it will not proceed through the app, but the app will be linked to all functionalities later. Now, there are two types of people we cater for. The EOS experts are people who already own an account with some RAM, and they don't need anything else. I mean, our tokens take very little RAM, incidentally. So if you are an EOS expert, you essentially want to have just a standard accounts with a little bit of RAM. However, our big challenge is to drive mass adoption. So we want to enable people who don't know what EOS is, what RAM is, what the hell blockchain is, nothing at all, to enter our ecosystem. So we are implementing functionalities enabling the creation. We'll be creating accounts for our customers if they so wish, and cover RAM costs for purchases and trades. I mean, if they want to, we'll cover most costs. I mean, if you want to create a collectible and use big files and stuff like that, we might charge some fees, but again, we can take away from them the technical burden of buying RAM, understanding what RAM is, etc. So we really aim at mass adoption, and we are putting all the tools in place to try and achieve that.
Oh, that's good. Okay, because I know that's going to be the hardest thing for dApps to do is make sure that they have something to, for it to be mass adopted. Oh, that's good. Okay. Now you've said there's all these different collectibles that will be created by everybody. What type of collectibles do you see people are going to be able to create and trade on the platform?
That's an easy question, because the answer is anything related to a digital file. In the sense, I mean, what we see in particular coming up are images, videos, 3D models, virtual reality scenes, game items, plus this special proof of attendance stamps that can certify that you attended a very special event. So by and large, we deliver an engine enabling you to link any kind of digital content to a limited number of licenses which are related to the tokens and which make the thing collectible and scarce. There are no real restrictions on the type of content.
Okay. I'm trying to, I have another question. I'm just, you've answered a lot of it already. I was just going to say, what type of functions, I guess, will the dApp have available for its users?
Yes, I mean, the basic functionalities are, if you're not a creator, you're going to focus on buying collectibles and trading them. I mean, owning them, having them in your, so have fun with them, watch them, browse them, etc., and reselling that to other collectibles through our decentralized marketplace. You can also gift them, send them directly to somebody else, because it's a token after all, that the ownership is related to the token, so you can do anything you would want to do with a token, and we deliver, as I say, our own decentralized marketplace. If you are a creator, in addition, of course, you can upload your digital content, decide the limited edition size and the price, the unit price of the item, and sell it. You can also donate to charity. There will be functions enabling you to set a percentage of the proceeds to go to a charity. So that's it.
Oh, that is really cool. I love the added the charity aspect in there as well.
Sure, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, is there anything else that you're working on, or anything that we haven't covered in these questions that you would like to share with the rest of the community?
Yes, indeed, because I mean, our main focus at the moment is crypto collectibles. However, our technology can cater for some other very interesting use cases. I mean, I was talking about collecting as a service, in the sense that you're able to create a collectible. Other use cases include what we like to call licensing as a service. And the story is the following. We can deliver a tool which facilitates tracking legitimate usage of stock images and stock videos and stuff like that. The idea is that when you sell, for example, a stock photo, we can create a tokenized license which grants the rights to use the photo only in a specific context, for example, a specific website. So the thing is, buy a license, for example, you're a blogger, and then when you use a picture on your blog, you'll be able to prove by a blockchain-based record that you are lawfully using that content. And we think this is an interesting use case. And the very last use case, maybe I'd like to mention now, is ticketing. I mean, obviously, blockchain tokens can be used as e-tickets for any kind of event. And the cool thing we can do is to have a convergence between digital tickets and digital collectibles, in the sense that if we issue a digital ticket, since it's on the blockchain, it can stay on the it will stay on the blockchain after the event, so it can become a collectible. After all, when you go to a very special counter, you keep your ticket. It is a collectible, even in the physical world. So we can create this convergence between ticketing and collecting in the digital world. And the very last thing I'd like to mention, although I'm not going to disclose the name today, we're about to release some very cool collectibles, including one featuring a very well-known blockchain star, very well-known figure in the blockchain ecosystem. And revenues from the sale of this collectible will go 100% to a charity. So we'll be releasing a bunch of collectibles, but one will be with a blockchain star, and money for that one goes to charity.
Oh, you're whetting everybody's palate. It's like, ooh, I wonder what that's going to be. When are these collectibles going to be released? Do you have a time frame?
I would say very soon. I mean, we just want to fine-tune the platform, of course, the user interface, and fine-tune communication a little bit. But the stuff, I mean, the file is there, exists. We are ready to do it. We'll
Oh,
do it
that is
soon.
very cool. I have a lot of friends that do photography and all that kind of
Mhm.
stuff. And they do have that problem with people using their images elsewhere. So
Absolutely.
I really like that use case as well. I think that's very, very needed. Definitely.
Yeah. Incidentally, we are revamping and updating a little bit our website. So most of what I told you will be spelled out on the website as of Monday, probably, especially the
Perfect.
new cases.
Wonderful. Okay, so it'll probably coincide with this release then as well.
Good. Do download our app, get the
Oh,
coins, and
absolutely.
follow us.
Yes, you hear that? Everybody download the app. Try it out.
Yeah, you can get some free tokens if you follow us on Twitter, join the Telegram group, and do things like that.
Wonderful. Always incentives. That's a good thing. Got to get people
Exactly.
involved. Wonderful. I mean, that is all the questions I had. And this has been very enlightening, like a huge treat for me because I read through everything I could on the website, but just being able to talk to you and get a lot more information was, yeah, even better.
Great. It was great talking to you anyway.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much for coming on. And I look forward to talking to you in the future. And I will try that dApp.
Thanks a lot.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.